Hey guys, it's time for another play along video with Mrs. Steck. This time we're going over trombone. So we're going to hit notes, we're going to hit rhythms, and we're going to hit this new articulation called a slur. So many things. Trombone, we have something very special we have to do with slurs. We don't actually get to slur the notes completely, but we have to, because what a slur is that you don't tongue at all, use the tongue at all in between different notes. Now, you are going to have to as a trombonist, because if you play a giant slide whistle, so if you don't use any kind of tongue, then you get this wah, and it sounds not clean. And so we want to make sure that we still have difference between the notes without them sliding all over the place. So instead, we will use a a softer tongue. I don't care for to do. I think both of those are still a little bit too harsh. So I like to think do, loo, do, loo, loo. So do, D sound, D, and then loo, L sound, do, loo, 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 do, loo, loo. So that gives me a little bit softer articulation. You can use to for times when you want to be emphatic. So if you want to give a note a nice crisp articulation at the top, you can use that T sound, and I think it's a little bit more effective when we don't use it all the time. Okay, so we're going to go over the rhythms first. So I've got number 29 here. I'm going to think, so half notes, remember they get 2 beats, and that we count that as numbers. So common time is the same thing as 4/4. That means that the top number is the number we can count to. It's the number of beats in a measure. So we're counting 2, 4. So we need to account for all of those beats as we go throughout this. Okay, so we've got a half note, which gets 2 beats. It's beats 1 through 2. Okay, it gets 2 numbers, and we connect them with the dash. All right, just like maybe you would see an abbreviation if you had a math problem or had to do a math homework and you had to do problems 14 through 32. Okay, same thing. Then we got 3-4. Once again, half note gets 2 beats, and here they are. They're beats 3 and beat 4. Okay, quarter notes each get 1 beat or 1 number. So 1, 2, 3-4, 1, 2, that's a terrible 2. 3-4, 1, 2, 3-4, 1-2, 3-4, 1, 2, oh no, I covered up the note. 3-4, it's okay. It's an F, we'll go over that later. 1-2, 3-4, 1, 2, 3-4. And then there's a repeat sign. I know it's hard to see. So that means we're going to do the whole thing twice. All right. Got my metronome here. Boop. Here we go. We're going to clap and count with the repeat. Ready? Hug my trombone while I do this. And 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Okay, that's the counting. Let's hit the notes. We've got, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up. You guys, we talked about that. So B flat, C, B flat, C, it's terrible, D, D, E flat. Sorry that that's hard to see. D, E flat, F, F, E flat, F, not an E, E flat, it's because I was thinking ahead of the next note, D, D, C, D, C, B flat. If you have need, pause the video and write those in. You can also go back if you can't read that because of the writing behind it. Just listen to me say the note names again as they go by, okay? Remember, you can also change the speed on any YouTube video by clicking on the little, looks like a little cog wheel. Click on that. Go to playback speed. It should be defaulted at normal. You can choose 75%. You can choose 50%. If you do much less than 75, it's going to sound, it might start to sound funny, like not in a good way. It might start to be like weird, not useful. You'll find that you actually don't have to change the tempo very much to get a big change. You can also hit custom. If 75% is too slow, you can hit custom and you can make it 80% or 90%. Just depends on what works for you. You can also do that when we do the playthroughs here in just a few minutes. Okay, let's go through. We're going to do the slide positions. That needs to get tightened. There we go. All right. I want to do the slide positions, and I'll show them as best I can. Once I get out to 6th, it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. Also kind of difficult because you can't see a big difference between 3rd and 4th. And even like 2nd and yeah. So you won't be able to see a huge difference, but I'm going to try to show as best I can with those slide positions. All right, turn that metronome back on. Here we go. Starting in 1st position, B flat. All right, and 1, 2, ready, go. B flat, C, B flat, C, D, D, E flat, D, E flat, F, F, E flat, F, E flat, D, D, C, D, C, B flat, B flat, C, B flat, C, D, D, E flat, D, E flat, F, F, E flat, F, E flat, D, D, C, D, C, B flat. Now, my slide positions are probably close, but they are certainly not, I can tell, 100% accurate as I'm just doing the slide positions because I sometimes was too far in for my, for example, my E flat 3rd position, or my D 4th position was sometimes too far out. These are estimates, and it's just getting us kind of used to that. Now you're going to need to use your ear to do the rest, all right? Repeat that as many times as you need to get those slide positions. Let's go ahead, though, and play through. All right. Here's our warm-up. Don't forget, do, lu, lu, lu. All right, here we go. 2, ready. started playing trombone really this year. So it's not as accurate as probably even you guys can get. Like, honestly, I'm sure you guys are probably better trombone players than I am. This is just a tutorial for anybody who needs that bit of review. And once again, I seem to have slid my slide lock completely off. There we go. And fixed. All right. Let's go ahead and put the accompaniment on, and we'll do it again. And you won't be able to hear as much of me, so it won't sound as bad. Ah! Part of the problem is I keep hitting Mr. Leobroten's phone on the other side of the desk with the slide. Oops. Here we go. 2, ready. Remember not to come all the way in on first position. You should have just a teeny bit of wiggle room going out away from your body to have it have the right amount of intonation. If you are always going all the way into first position, there will come a time when we get more into tuning and matching pitch that it will be really hard to match pitch doing that. All right, let's go on to number 30. I always have a really hard time while this is switching. I have a hard time, finding sixth position, to be completely honest. I'm usually too high, which is why it sounds a little bit fuzzy and too bright when we get to it. So I'm going to keep trying to make the adjustment to remind myself to go out just a little further to get all the way to sixth position and have my note match what I'm hearing from the recording. Okay, let's do the counting for Chop Builder. This one's pretty simple. We've got a lot of whole notes and half notes. 1-2, 3-4. We'll talk about this top note here in a second. This is a new note, G. Excuse me. It's a whole note though. It gets 1 through 4, so 4 full beats. 1-2, 3-4, 1 through 4, 1-2, 3-4, 1-2, 3, and then we have a quarter rest. This is still beat 4, but to make it obvious that it's a rest, we put it in parentheses. Remember, just like when we're telling our friend a secret, we want to keep it quiet, and so we put our hands up by our face, same shape as parentheses. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1-4, and they're hard to see, but there's repeat sign. So we're going to do it twice with the metronome again. Clapping and counting. And 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. All right. Excuse me. And then you have this note that says, when slurring, move your slide quickly. We want to try, instead of getting a whole bunch of notes in between you, as as fast as you can. And this really applies to all notes. It's not just slurs. But you want to try to get to that note as quick as you can so that your tongue and the slide coordinate together and there's not a lot of stuff in between. Okay? Now we've got the note E flat, F. G is the same position as your D. Okay? So those are both fourth position, which means that when we get here, you don't have to change where you are on your slide positions, which is fantastic. Very happy there. There's another thing that makes it tricky though, and you have to kind of like when you're trying to change the notes, because slurring it, you are not going to use your tongue like you were before doing the loo, do, do, loo, loo. So you're just going to no tongue, just like everybody else. And you're going to have to think ooh, ee, ooh, ee, ooh, ee, to get the lips to be slightly looser than slightly tighter to get from the low note to the high note. Ooh, ee, ooh, ee, ooh. Or like the Minions, be-do, be-do. You can think, also sometimes it helps if you can't quite get that note just doing ooh, ee. You can think like maybe raising your eyebrows. There's a lot of things you can think slightly faster air. Lots of different things will help get this note. Okay, then we've got G again, F, E flat, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, E flat. All right, we're gonna go through the slide positions in tempo, just like we did before. There you go. Here we go, starting in third position. And 1, 2, 3, E flat, F, G to fourth position, G, F, E flat, 2, 3, 4, D, G, D, G, don't move, D, G, D, G, E flat into third. And repeat, E flat, F, G, 2, 3, 4, G, F, E flat, 2, 3, 4, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, E flat, 2, 3, 4, off. Okay? I'm now, and I don't know what happened over here. This got all kinds of the wrong thing. Okay? Because we're on Chop Builder. Ba, ba, ba. Mrs. Steck needs it slower. No accompaniment to start. Okay? Remember that when we get to these, we're thinking ooh-wee, ooh-wee. And try to use the tongue not at all on those two. These ones are loo, loo, loo. And these ones are no tongue. If you need, sometimes you can, if the note won't speak up higher, you can sometimes give it just a little flip of the tongue, and that will kind of help it to pop out. Try to avoid that as much as you can, because it's kind of like cheating. Although, if you think about, like, if you want to get like super strong in your arms at the gym, or your chest rather, because bench press is a chest exercise. So if you are pushing up on a barbell and you need a little help, you can have somebody spot you and they'll give just a little bit of pressure that's going to help you continue to build those muscles in yourself so that you can eventually do it by yourself. Okay, so if you need maybe a little flip of the tongue just to get yourself started, or hear where the note is, or get to where it feels right, a little bit of tongue can act like a spotter in the gym. You want to get rid of the spotter eventually. You want to get rid of the tongue eventually so that you can do just the slur, but it might help just to get started. Okay? There's no cheating. There's only techniques that help us get better. Here we go. 2, ready. and that is all of lines 29 and 30, a new note included. Again, you can watch this video as many times as you want. You can change the speed. There are so many options. If you have any questions, send me an email as usual. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.